there's a real problem where they're stopping guys from taking things like BPC 157. All that stuff does is let you heal.
Right.
It's like it's just letting you heal. You need things that let you heal.
So that's on the ban list. Huh?
It is now. Yeah. I think they're trying to bring it back.
You ever use that?
No.
I use it. It's great. It's fantastic. It's very good.
Yeah.
Very good when you get injured.
You'd probably love it.
Yeah.
I need to hear more about this.
They call it the Wolverine drug. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a peptide, essentially. It's called Body Protection Peptide 157. Body Protection Peptide Compound. It's a really good peptide for healing injuries. A lot of people have very good success with it.
So a lot of people recover.
Yeah,
from
I can connect you with
with
someone
them.
who can take care of that for you too. Okay. I don't know. Like I think athletes should be able to use everything they can, especially in a sport like MMA.
I agree. Yeah.
Everything they can.
Yeah.
But the problem was they used to be able to do testosterone.
Well, I think they should still.
I do too. Yeah. I think it's a good. Well, the thing is, like with testosterone, you can take a guy who's an older athlete who has like an older mind, who thinks like a veteran, like they really understand the game. Because a lot of those guys, by the time they get to that certain age, they think real well. They understand the game better. They're more mature, but their body just doesn't work the same anymore. They're a step behind.
They don't have testosterone in their bodies anymore. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And also, especially fighting, with football, with a lot of things, those knocks to the head. There's a guy named Dr. Mark Gordon, who's a friend of mine, who specializes in traumatic brain injuries. And he says one of the real problems is you get damage to your pituitary gland. So the damage to the pituitary gland from getting knocked in the head a bunch of times is your body's just not producing testosterone anymore or other hormones. Your body's just like very deficient in hormones, which makes those guys depressed too. So they're dealing with all that. They're dealing with depression. They're dealing with, fatigue all the time. And it's just like, but the problem is with fighters, you tell them they can take testosterone. Some of them, they go Vitored out.
Oh, yeah.
Like when Vitor was in his prime, I still to this day think that the TRT Vitor was one of the greatest fighters of all time. When he was juiced to the tits, he would come out there like a fucking alien and just attack. He was so confident, too, because he was just so juicy.
Yeah. He was juiced up.
And so skilled. It was a combination of those things. So he's an older athlete. So he had been fighting. I mean, I was at the first UFC that Vitor fought at in UFC 12. I was actually training at the same gym as him. I was at Carlson Gracie's gym in Hollywood. Vitor was 19 years old when he went over and he fought John Hess in Hawaii. And everybody was like, holy shit, look at this guy. We knew. Like, all the guys in the gym knew, like, Vitor was the future. Right. And then, when he gets older, it's like your body's slowing down. And also, he did a lot of stuff when he was younger, too, and that limits your natural production of testosterone. So as soon as they start telling you, you got to fight on the natch, everything's just slower. It just doesn't.
You know what? When you get older, you lose testosterone.
Yeah.
Now, I'm on a program right now, my wellness doctor, that I'm on the level of testosterone that I was when I was 30 years old. So he only gives me a certain amount. I take a half a cc of testosterone a week to keep my testosterone at the level that it should be. I'm not going above and beyond and trying to,
trying to be
abuse it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I take a half a shot of test a week just to keep my testosterone at the right level.
Yeah.
Between 600 and 800, I think is what it is.
That's a good level. Yeah. I do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that allows you to function, your body functions like a young man. Like, I'm 56 years old. I don't have any problems in terms of like my body working well.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, except for my injuries.
Yeah, except for your injuries. But other than that, it keeps your energy level. It also helps your immune system. A lot of people have it in their head that it's cheating, right? They think about Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa and all that shit and getting busted. And, they think it's got a negative connotation in a lot of people's minds that testosterone replacement is, oh, you're doing steroids, you're cheating. Right. But if you're intelligent about it and if you do it with a good doctor and you get your blood work done and you don't abuse it, it's very good for you.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's why I do it.
Yeah, me as well.
And I condone anybody out there that's in their 40s or 50s that's, doesn't have a lot of energy and was wondering what's going on. Go get tested.
It would be
See
good
what your
if they did it
level is.
with fighters if like the UFC administered it. Like, you can't administer it on your own. They have to randomly test you to make sure you're not fucking off and doing something crazy. But, like, this is the amount you get. Let's make sure that your blood work stays within this very normal
Yeah.
line.
That parameter.
Right,
yeah.
so you're not cheating. You're just maintaining.
Exactly.
That would be a good call. But it's just hard to regulate. Especially you got guys who are, you know, they're in Russia, they're in Thailand, they're training. You know, like, you're gonna send people over there to
really.
test them. You see them over in Thailand, they're looking like a fucking dog, like a human pit bull. But the thing is, if you're on that stuff like that, my God, you could train fucking 3 times a day.
Yeah,
You mean
yeah,
you really,
right.
if you really go crazy with the test, like, you know, Alistair Overeem in his prime, you know, you like that guy. He's my favorite example. Alistair Overeem when he fought Brock, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, I know.
Jesus Christ. He was so juicy. But he was so good, too. He's so skilled. It wasn't just a guy on juice. It's a guy on juice who was a K1 Grand
That
Prix
could go,
champion
too, yeah.
who was also won the Abu Dhabi trial. Have you seen him now? Alistair now is a vegan. He lost 60 pounds of
Holy
muscle.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He looks like fucking Kurt Metzger.
Oh my god.
It's like